So I went to an event tonight, and it was I'm so safe. It was a gospel um, event, and it was great. It was with Ariana Sings, Ariana Hubbard, I believe. No, Ariana Gibson, she said. Ariana. Yuck. That young lady. And Tyler Allen. And I forgot the Tobias, I believe. Tobias Young was one of them, but I forgot the other gentleman's name who was also on the panel. Anyway, just there's 4 influencers who are doing the damn thing, doing excellent. They're doing great. I believe this is just one tour. So, this is just one show. So may God continue to bless them with many more shows and tours and success to come. It was great. It was phenomenal. It was millennials, and it was all of us was praising God, and it was a great worship service. If you are a traditional Christian, if you are Christian, Baptist, it was a couple of denominations up in there, but it was mainly just centered around worship and God. That was the gist of it, which I grew up in because my mom's a pastor. I grew up in that. 2 things I keenly noticed, right? As I observed the place, I was like in it, and then I took myself out of it, and I just observed and took myself out of the experience to just observe it and to not be a part of the matrix for a second. So, one thing I noticed is that millennials, it was a couple of older people. Like, it wasn't many. I could probably count on my hand. And it was all of us millennials, Gen Z, and a little bit of Gen Alpha in there for sure. It was all of us in there. And one thing I noticed, the first thing I noticed was that we had to do a lot of things on our own and start up a lot of things on our own. And there just wasn't any direction from the generation before us, which I believe is Gen X. Is Gen X before us? Or is it baby boomers? No, Gen X is before us, I believe. Oh man, I'll look that up later. I think Gen X is before us. Then it's the baby boomers. I don't know, but I'm gonna check that after. Don't fact check me in the comment section. So anyway, it just went to show me like there's no blueprint. So we really are the pioneers for a lot of things in our generation. And I think a lot of us in my generation, I'm a millennial. I'm 96. I'm the last year of millennials. So I'm the youngest of millennials. So I kind of get millennials, but I definitely get Gen Z. And Gen Z had a little bit of millennial upbringing, but a lot of Gen Z and a lot of Alpha, but a lot of Gen Z for sure. So some of them are grounded and rooted in worship as well, as what I saw tonight. Millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. It was a great experience. But there were no elders. There was no passing of the torch. Like, I'm just like, they are pioneers. The host was like, they're pioneers. I was like, that's putting 20 on 10. That's a lot. They're like, that's a lot. It's just the internet. Like, this is a lot. But then as I started to observe, like I said, and step outside of the matrix for a second, I realized, no, they really are the pioneers. If you made it to college and you made it through college and you're making it through this economy, in this economy as it is, as it never was ever before, this is new now because we're here now. You are a pioneer of our generation of just doing well, mentally being stable, mentally being good, trying, waking up, going to work, having 2, 3 jobs, some people 4 and 5, striving for something greater and other than crime and other things that don't serve you. Like, you really are a pioneer. Like, you really are doing the damn thing. And it's on some, what our expectancy, our life expectancy is, what our education system is. It's really all trash. Like, there's really nothing been given to us of substance, of sufficiency to carry on, to start. And then we had to start up with technology, something our parents wasn't using to the level that we're using it now. It just wasn't there, and it wasn't nobody. I don't think the generation before us was like, including my parents, was like interested in finding out what technology was and is, and the infinity of it, and the importance of it, and the importance of getting on it fast, financial literacy, the importance of all. They didn't know, like, they didn't have the language, but it was also, they weren't, some of them weren't curious. I won't say all of them because that's broad. That's not a real thing. That's not a statistic. Can't say it all. But some of them weren't interested in getting to know what it takes to live in this world as a millennial, and some of them were. So if you had that experience, congratulations, you're awesome. But including myself, a lot of us, it's just like, it wasn't that. You really had to figure out how to use this smartphone on your own. Like, you really had to figure out some stuff. You really had to figure out how to make money over the internet. But then, like, you really figured out how to make a way for yourself. And that's enough. That's enough. However you make money, as long as you're safe, you're healthy, and you're not harming yourself or anyone around you, or ain't putting anybody at risk or harm or danger, you're a pioneer. You did it, bro. You're doing it. I'm doing it. You're doing it. It's not congratulating us for doing what we need to do, but it's achievement of taking something that we didn't know anything about and making a whole movement out of it, a whole influential movement out of it, a way of making your lives change, people's lives change by a like, a comment, a subscription. We did that. And the second thing I observed tonight was that everybody's looking for, I'm not of the Christian faith anymore. I believe in Buddhism. I practice Buddhism. And so I observed, and I was like, man, people are all just looking for a pick-me-up before the start of their week, at the end of their week, the beginning of their week, throughout their week. And it all looks a little different, but it's all just a pick-me-up for everybody. So some of us, a pick-me-up is you pray on all fours. Some a pick-me-up, you have yours on Thursday. Some people's pick-me-up is a walk in the park. Some people's pick-me-up is a prayer and a worship service like I went to tonight. Everybody's motivation, looking for a little motivation, a little worship, a little oomph, and a little camaraderie, and a village, and a community, and a hug, just to get them through the week ahead and to end off the week they had, to go into the weekend to rest and to lay all of that pain down, to vent, to give advice, to just release, reflect, release, relate, and relax. That's what that was. It was just a version of it, right? We call it religion, and we dissect it, we social construct it, right? That's what it's been. You label things, but that's all it is. It's a pick-me-up. Everybody left more positive. I left more positive. It's what I grew up with, so I'm familiar with it. So of course I left positive. It's just a different way of getting a motivation for the week, a pick-me-up, and a real way of believing and convincing yourself and manifesting really the week ahead. The belief in yourself, the self-belief, the self-motivation, and the discipline and the consistency to get you to where you need to be, to where you desire to be. It's just a motivation. You are the author. Like, you still are the author. You still are the driver of the car. You see the steering wheel? You still are the driver of the car. So we want to make intentional, purposeful decisions. But everybody just has has their own way of being motivated. Some of us listen to music. I know I listen to music. Some of us meditate. It just looks a little different. That's it. It just looks a little different. That's it, because that's all that was. It was a great time. All of them were fantastic. I enjoyed myself, and everyone enjoyed themselves. But those were the two main things I noticed. Number one, again, that millennials don't have anyone to really look up to. There's no one that passed the torch has taught us how to use the technologies, the way we use them, how we make money. Nobody taught us any of this. So we really have become our own pioneers for ourselves and Gen Alpha and Gen Z and generations to come, really. Whatever you're doing now, stay consistent, because you're a pioneer. You're about to it hasn't been done before. And we are here to do things that haven't been done before. So shouts out to us millennials and all the generations going forward. And again, the second thing that I noticed was that, man, whatever worship song, rap song, walk in the park, photography, songwriting, open mic, whatever it is that brings you peace, do it, and do it consistently. I go to events, art events, music events, as often as I can, because it literally keeps my sanity. Now I'm in a place where I am strategically thinking to myself, how can I live a life where every day I am at peace and I'm making money? Now, I know that seems like a lot, but it's not. It's possible. And again, I left more positive tonight, so I'm more positive that this can happen with strategy and being intentional. It can happen for you too. You just need a little pick-me-up, a little motivation. So stay consistent. Listen to that music. Listen to that artist. Listen to that song. Read that book. Like that post. Go to that person's page. Look up all that motivation. Everybody just has a different way of doing a pick-me-up. Maybe it's yoga for you. Maybe it's dancing. But whatever it is, make sure you do it and do it consistently. Preferably at the end of your week and or at the beginning of your week. That's all. Other than that, Under the Influence was a great event. Good job, guys.